We need to roll back the
paleo strategy, John Spies.
On all of our
posts,
our
Facebook groups,
flooded with
alt-writers.
If you want to know who
Dave,
his next
guest
is, look at
who's owning the libs
right now. Every single one of these problems are a result of
not having pronouns in the bio. Fakertarians podcast, internet.
Here's your host,
John Hudak. Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 29 of the Fakertarians podcast. I'm your host, John Hudak, along with Jeremy Kantorowicz, Archie Flower, one of my sock accounts, our tech guy, Chaos Chris, and of course, Josh Redcoat Hilditch.
Yeah, fuck you. Hello, Americans.
So we got an interesting episode today. We're probably going to just talk about some random topics first. We have a guest joining us. We are privileged enough to have Ted joining us. You're not supposed to know who Ted is.
He's Ted Bundy.
He's just some guy on Twitter we were arguing with recently, and he was calling us names, and I was like, okay, you want to come on the podcast? And we're waiting for him to join. So he said he's going to be a little late.
I got a first question, actually. Dave Smith, right? Is he supposed to be a comedian?
Supposed to be, yeah.
Supposed to.
He has that good one. He has that good joke where he calls Stefan Molyneux great.
Okay, well, why he's not funny in the slightest. I mean, I could go outside and watch my grass grow.
That's definitely a joke, but yeah, it's not funny.
No, he's just a wanker. Like, every single joke that he makes, it's just not fucking funny. Like, he's like, oh, I put my dishes in the sink.
That made me laugh.
Are you quoting the comedy
Smith,
special?
Yeah, I do that every single day, Dave. Well done. Like,
Yeah, Dave's like, haha, we can do border control until we abolish the state. Yeah, it's fine, whatever. Otherwise, it's just state-enforced integration. Ooh.
I know, yeah. I mean, like, every single time, because I saw it in Fakertarians. I didn't really know who Dave Smith was until I joined the Fakertarians group. And every single time I saw, like, a comment of his, I was like, what a fucking plonker. Like, just doesn't make any sense half the time. Like, you know, he kind of, like, just mashes sentences together. I swear to God, he probably opens a dictionary and just selects words and then forms a sentence. And he's like, yeah, my shoe was on the top of the shard. I'm like, what? Sorry? That makes no sense. Try again.
Okay, so let's get into talking about some issues here. We can talk about whatever the hell we want to, but just to start, so there was that thing in the Mises Caucus group this week, for anyone who didn't see it, where Jacob Winograd, who's a Mises Caucus mod, he's been on our Penguins, sorry. For a Mises Caucus mod, he's been on our show before. He posted like a Mises Caucus pride flag, like with the colors for Pride Month. And he was saying, like, if there's any Mises Caucus members that are like LGBTQ, they can use it. And people flipped on him. Like, there were, I will admit, there were some people who were like, yeah, this is totally fine. Like, this is inclusive. Who really cares? Like, whatever. Someone wants to have that flag. Cool. But there were people, like, saying stuff about, like, I don't know. There's that one guy saying stuff about, like, Sodom and Gomorrah, saying, like, the earth is going to be destroyed with fire or something like that. There was the guy.
Oh, the comment about reclaiming the rainbow.
Oh yeah, and there were all that was like, this doesn't further liberty or some bullshit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there were so many people that were mad, and we put together this like whole thread of it. It's on our page. I'm pulling up some of the comments right now.
You basically did a Sam Coppinger on that Adam Bates, where you just put up this sort of like mash of shit and then go, look at that.
Yeah, but ours actually made sense. But
yeah,
anyway.
Yours did. No, to be fair, yours did.
So yeah, there was one guy who said, is it the Gay Pride Caucus or the Mises Caucus? Virtue signaling is gay as fuck. That was another one that was said. And then everyone's favorite Mises Caucus chair candidate for 2022, Angela McArdle, the being anti-Semitic is just asking questions lady, said...
Denying the Holocaust.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, truth seeker.
About Hotep Jesus, saying he was just a truth seeker. But she said, this post and comments are just going to turn into another Mises are bigots screenshot. Why post
they are bigots.
Why post this knowing it will just stir the pot and bring out the worst in some people to the detriment of us all? So she's blaming Jacob for posting that instead of blaming the people that are the worst are being brought out in. Like, who's the actual problem there? I know I've had my issues with Jacob before, but I don't think Jacob, like, actually trying to do something nice is the issue here.
No, I saw your post, right? Well, I saw his post or whatever. It was in the Fakertarians group. Clearly, he's not responsible for other people's actions. Yeah, I think we can all agree to that, right? But I think there's a fundamental problem within that Mises community, but they're all filled with fuckwits, you know, right? And it's just time after time again, it's just always some sort of reactionary bad thing that they say, and it comes out, oh, you know, it's not us, it's just that one person. Yeah, well, you got a lot of that one person fucking everywhere, haven't you? I mean, you can fill a football stadium with the amount of wankers that you have, like, saying all this bullshit. So, I don't know. I don't like the Mises community. I like John.
That's nice of you. I mean, I'm not part of that anymore, but I was at one point.
Yeah, I saw that actually. Were you actually part of the Mises community?
Yeah, so okay, here's what happened. So I've been running Fakertarians since like mid 2017.
Right.
I saw this new caucus was popping up, and
Right.
I expected them to like outright from the start just be a bunch of like Chris Cantwells or some shit.
Right,
so I
right.
pop in. It's not as bad. I see there's some bad people in there, but then there's some people I'm like, I know some of these people. Like, this might actually be all right. So I stuck around. I was like, I can try to like make this.
No, he's just a wanker. Like, every single joke that he makes is just not fucking funny.
There's some bad people in there. Oh wait, there's some people I'm like, I know some of these people.
Talking,
Like, this
I just
might actually be like, I can try to like make this.
No, he's just a wanker. Like, every single joke that he makes is just not fucking funny. I can hear myself now.
Yeah. What's going on here?
Time.
Archie was replaying the screen.
I just got really confused for a second.
Oh, great! That's going to go viral now. Me calling Dave Smith a wanker.
It's like your signature. It's like your signature move, though. So
I thought you were cutting me off when I was talking about the Mises Caucus, and I was like, who's jokes?
No, I heard that, and I was like, there's someone else here from the UK. Who's that? Like,
So I stuck around. I was a member for a while, and I would kind of like mess with some of the closed border people. That was kind of one of my things in there.
Yeah,
but eventually I got promoted to being a moderator there for a bit. And then I think it was November 2019, I was like, there's no way in hell I can salvage this. Like, this is getting even worse. Why are we, if we're supposed to be the caucus of like radical libertarian principles, why are we putting Maj Toure out there?
Right, yeah.
And I left my position as a mod, and then 2 months. So I stayed technically as a member of the caucus for a little bit. So 2 months after that, I got into a fight with Heiss. It was when I was bringing up all the Dave Smith stuff at first, because I didn't really know who Dave Smith actually was for a while. I just kind of I knew he was kind of just like some podcaster who was also a comedian, but I didn't really know anything about what he said. That was around the time I went on Dave Smith's show to try to yell at him.
He's going to correct you there. He's not a comedian. He's a fucking joke himself.
That was around the time I went on Dave Smith's show to try to like yell at him for promoting Stefan Molyneux. And it's actually funny because there were people in Mises Caucus leadership who were talking to me behind the scenes, and they wanted me to go on and like convince Dave that he was wrong, but they won't say that now. But anyway, like a month after that, after I went on Dave's show, I was arguing with Heiss about whether there were alt-righters in the caucus. And he's like, oh yeah, name one. And I was like, I named a guy. And it was this guy who goes around saying, he says stuff like Europe is for Europeans. He says stuff
lovely. Lovely.
He said stuff about how libertarians need to do more about race as it relates to IQ, criminality, and social cohesion. And then he also wanted to ban all immigration to the U.S. And I was like, how do you not see that this guy is like blatantly some alt-righter dude? Like he's like dog whistling so hard he's going to break the whistle. I mean, like there's a very thin line between. It's pretty obvious what he is at that point.
Well, I mean, he's far right, isn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, we should do an IQ test on this guy because he's a fucking moron.
But so Heiss is like, no, he's not alt-right. He just has a different cultural preference. And I was like, okay, no, I'm done. Like,
cultural preference? What the? Are you serious?
Yeah, he said he
That's
just
what they
has a
said.
different cultural preference. And that was the last straw for me. I was like, if the fucking
this isn't a
chairman of the
cup of-
caucus,
Yeah, it's not a cup of coffee,
saying
is
this.
it? It's not
No.
a cup of coffee. You don't go, I prefer a latte, and which I do.
Like,
I prefer lattes, but
like
fuck
what,
me, like
what could someone think he would mean when he says libertarians need to do more about race as it relates to IQ, criminality, and social cohesion? Like, I don't think he's talking about like defunding the police or something when he's talking about criminality. He's saying that like certain races are like inherently criminals, basically, or at least like predominantly.
The funny thing is, as
the
well,
Lou
they say
Rockwell
that.
line of send them home in body bags.
Well, they say that libertarians need to do more. Well, you can ask them as well, like, what do you want to do? And they go,
he would evade that. I would try to follow up because people, not every like alt-righter is just going to come out and say like, oh, I hate black people, or oh, I want to keep the Mexicans out. Because that's not socially acceptable. Like, we've at least reached the point where someone can't come out and say that and like get some like mainstream acceptance. But so they dance around it and try to convince people. They're like, they don't say like, I want to keep the minorities out. They're like, oh, we have to keep the U.S. for Americans. Like, what do you mean by that? But yeah, they dance around it, and I feel like a lot of the
right, they that actor to argue that certain races are inherently more criminal whenever being a certain race is criminalized in the first place.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I saw the guy just said I should try to get on Dave Smith's podcast. I've actually been on Dave Smith's podcast, like I was saying before, and he barely let me talk. But
right, that's just kind of where he just kind of ram.
Yeah, I was trying to be nice to him because the Mises Caucus leadership was telling me they want, or not everybody in Mises Caucus leadership, but a few people. They were telling me that they wanted me to convince him on like to lay off the Molyneux stuff, but.
He's Irish.
I've been on. It wasn't a great experience.
Molyneux is Irish.
Oh yeah, Molyneux.
Yeah.
And now he lives in Canada, and Canada was never asked.
No. Yeah, it's a shame that we didn't bomb him or something like that. Back in the troubled days. Absolute prick.
He compared on his show. He compared was it immigration to smoking crack in a public school?
Yeah, he's banned from the UK. Molyneux was banned from the UK because he came over to.
No. It was Dave Smith who. Dave Smith was the one who said the smoking meth in a public school thing.
Yep.
But Molyneux was the one who was mad about the. Molyneux was the one who was mad about the Hispanic kids in kindergarten. That was the thing I was just referencing with the "we were never asked." It was like a picture, like a random class picture from like I think it was in black and white, so like the 50s or something like that, with like a bunch of like little white kids, and then there was a class picture from like the 2015 or something like that, and it was like predominantly Hispanic, and he just tweeted that out with "we were never asked." Like we need to ask Stefan Molyneux's permission to have immigrants. I don't really. It's funny because he's an immigrant too, so it really makes no sense. But
Canada was never asked.
That's what I'm saying.
Never asked.
It's same with what's his name, Hoppe, who's like all into that anti-immigration stuff, saying you need an invite. Yeah. He's an immigrant too. He lives in Turkey right now, and before that, he lived in the U.S.
Yeah, it's always concerning.
He lived in Germany.
Yeah, but it's always concerning when Germans talk about anti-immigration. I'm almost going to call my like local RAF base and be like, they're at it again. They're doing it again, boys. Send the planes.
Okay, so to update you guys, I'm talking with our potential guest right now. He's saying that he's having internet issues and he's going to try a mobile hotspot. So for anyone who doesn't know, we're waiting for Ted to join. Ted is a guy on Twitter who doesn't like us and wanted to talk with us, so we thought we'd have him on. But he said he'd be a little late, so we knew this was going to happen. But we're still waiting on him to join.
I can see the comments, Royal Air Force. Yeah.
Okay, so while we're waiting for Ted, we can also talk about the interaction between some people. It was starting with Peter Quinones on Twitter. He ended up calling Caitlin Cloven. He said something about her like single moms to Gitmo.
Single moms to Gitmo, yeah.
Yeah. Sokka Camp, do you want to talk about this interaction, or
Oh yeah, I saw it.
just to describe it?
One moment here.
Yeah, no problem. I'll wait for you to pull that up.
What had happened was apparently people were arguing over Libertarian Party in New Hampshire's really shitty tweet, and Caitlin got involved in the discussion, and she was trying to talk to them about like, hey, how this is bad messaging, like your metrics that you're measuring everything, they're stupid. And Pete had jumped in and said, single moms to Gitmo. And then a friend of mine, who will obviously not name because they were threatened, had responded about Pete being an edgelord, and out of nowhere they got this, calling it a joke. It wasn't a fucking joke. It had a person hanging from a tree with their hands tied behind their back, with the trans flag and were as pronouns. And
yeah, it had like a
guy
trans flag
cool
colors making up the whole thing.
Yeah, and the guy said cool pronouns, Dork. It's very obviously like it's a lynching thing. And call it a joke. It wasn't a fucking joke, especially when I'm pretty sure this guy, like, I followed him on another account before. I didn't realize he was a shitbag. He has a history of like threatening people, so I don't think it was a joke, is all I'll say. And then apparently, like, that just started this dog pile, and all these people have been in their notifications for like 2 fucking days. I saw the screenshots. It's ridiculous. Like, there's some really horrible shit being said, and I went and I looked, and I've seen the tweets, like, from all these fucking Mises people. It's horrible. Like, to deny that there's a problem with like transphobia, homophobia, misogyny, and racism and shit in the LP is just absurd. The amount of shit I've seen in the last couple of days, it's insane.
It's definitely getting worse too.
Yeah. And this person, like, for sure, like, they showed me. I saw the fucking screenshots. Just like there's nothing but fucking like just hate for like 2 straight days.
So beyond that, I was going to get to the Dave part. So Dave chimes in. This wasn't like, no one was asking him to condemn it, because he was trying to frame this afterwards as like people asking him to forcefully condemn it, and it's like that wasn't even happening. He just decided to chime in on a thread about it and said, so one person said it was a funny meme joking about murder/suicide/lynching/pronouns. Some people who are gigantic pussies got offended as always. Same old tired act. And Dave responded to that with, oh yeah, I saw it. I understand that dark, fucked up jokes aren't for everyone, but the concept creep and screeching is just ridiculous. So that was Dave's response right there to someone like making an attack on a trans person. It wasn't just a dark joke. Like, there's a difference between dark humor. You can joke about sensitive subjects in a certain way where you're not like actually attacking someone. Sometimes it's good to like poke fun at sensitive or at like tough subjects with humor, and there's a way to do that, but it's not by responding to someone with pronouns in their bio with a picture of someone like being hung.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. There is a time and place for dark humor. I love dark humor. There's nothing wrong with it. But yeah, when you're just randomly, posting a picture of something that's not dark. That's not dark humor. That's not a place for it. That doesn't come off anywhere near humor. Like, it's not even like a failed attempt at humor. It's not humor. It's just a flat out attack. And I mean, that was obvious, and I think somebody just mentioned, you're just trying to gaslight.
Well, I also want to mention that, like, Libertarian Party of Pennsylvania Mises Caucus had no problem like condemning it. Like, I saw their tweet. They had like multiple tweets condemning it. Jacob, I'll give credit to Jacob. Daniel Winograd, he condemned it, and then the Libertarian Party of New Hampshire themselves told the guy to fuck off, and that they condemned it. But like, it's right. that they can do that, but Dave has a problem just saying this is bad. Like, you can't even say it's a bad thing. Like, come on, dude.
Dave doesn't want to.
That's at Dave Woodward or something like that. Yeah. Woodgard. What's his last name? Dave Woodgard. The guy in the group that was
Daniel. Oh, Jacob.
Jacob Winograd.
That's it. Yeah.
I don't know if it's Winograd or Winograd. I think it's Winograd. But
I have no idea. It's just a name to me.
I mean, but yeah, it was obvious that that tweet was problematic. Almost nobody liked it. Yeah, except for obviously this edgiest of edgelord groups. But yet here we are with.
And he kept doubling down on it too, talking about like it being just like a dark joke and how he's told like way more fucked jokes than that. But it's not like a comedy routine. It's
then
literally
he
like attacking
started
someone.
quoting the person, and then they got fucking dogpiled again, like twice. Like what the fuck? Like he singled the person out, and they fucking dogpiled again by his fans.
Oh, I saw someone just ask me where they can get the shirt I'm wearing. I got it off of Amazon. If you just search abort unwanted presidencies, you can probably find it. But going back to Dave, I'm pulling up some of his tweets right now. 1 second. Yeah, and he's like retweeting stuff about ending the mean jokes as if this was just a mean joke. It's not even just a joke in bad taste. It's literally directed at someone specifically, like basically like the electronic equivalent of bringing it to their doorstep. It's not even just posted about them. You're sending them a notification about it. Like that's not the same thing.
Yeah, it's an insult. It's meant to be an insult, right? And the way they walk it back as well. They say, "Oh, it's just a joke," just to deflect any criticism. That's what it is.
You can just go around screaming the N-word and just say it's just a joke, guys. No big deal.
Right, yeah, but that's the thing, right? So, how many times have we seen over the course of our lives that someone goes, "Oh, that was just a joke," but it wasn't actually a joke. It was quite bad. This is the same.
It's like with Dave's Cantwell thing, because cool, we got Chris Olinsky here. Who cares? Go the fuck outside and garden. Get some sun.
Yeah, no, I went outside of my garden today.
I was gonna say I was at the beach for 2 days last weekend, so I think I'm okay. But
29 degrees in Kent, you prick.
Well,
I don't have a garden.
I can't have a garden. I live in an HOA. Yeah, very small property lines.
I don't know what that is, Jeremy. You have to
But
explain.
it's funny that he's watching our podcast and saying, "Who cares? Go the fuck outside and garden."
Yeah, right.
Why are you watching right now?
Set the example, Christopher.
While you watch,
maybe we can have him garden some stuff for us, and he can send us some stuff in the mail.
That is
I could do some
come
mail.
on, do some gardening.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right, John, as well. Like, what a clown. He's like, "Oh, don't care. What are you doing? Well, where the fuck are you watching then? Fuck off."
He's telling us we're wasting our time.
Yeah. Before we get back to Dave, I want to make the point that we always hear like, "Oh, you're not allowed to be upset about homophobia or transphobia because there's people dying overseas and there's all this horrible shit. Like you can't think two things are bad at the same time." But they'll just sit there fucking like whining about people being upset about something they said forever.
Yeah.
Or whining
Dave
about
was,
minorities.
Dave was
whatever.
freaking out about like Drag Queen Story Hour a year ago. Like,
Right.
how is that like the top thing? Like, why is he talking about that if there's people dying in wars? If that's
Why am I not allowed to be upset about people being threatened with transphobic fucking like threats on tweets? But you can just spend all fucking day talking about people being upset about.
And it's not like bigotry doesn't lead to violence. Like historically, it's like a huge indicator of violence. It's a huge cause of violence. This doesn't happen in a vacuum.
Chris is totally unfuckable, apparently.
I think you're talking about Olinsky.
Yep, definitely.
I'd bang him. I'd bang him.
What was it? Dime Store Bono? Is that what somebody called him one day?
Oh yeah. So as I was going to say before about the just a joke thing, until we went on like a total tangent there, it reminded me of when Dave. I feel like I've talked about this like a million times, but this is childish. Cool.
Yeah, well, so
okay,
is
then
Chris.
go do something else. Have fun.
Why are you listening then, you dickhead? Go somewhere else then. Fuck off. Like, go to the pub or something. I mean, fucking like comment something like that, like, "Oh, this is childish." Yeah, piss off then. It's fucking
Nobody's forcing you to watch the podcast. We're just kind of flying blind here.
I bet he supports Arsenal.
This is a HIPAA violation.
Yeah, it is a HIPAA violation. Okay, as I was going to say a few times, so the just a joke thing reminds me of when Dave had Chris Cantwell on his podcast 3 days after Charlottesville, and Cantwell was going off about how a trans person lied about him, like in relation to Charlottesville. And then I'll censor myself here, but Dave said something like, trans slurs, they lie. They're lying about their gender. You can't trust them on anything else. And he's written that off as a joke. And like,
It's clearly
okay,
not a joke.
maybe it was. I'll give him a little bit of benefit of the doubt, just for the sake of argument here, and say maybe it was a joke. But why do you make that joke 3 days after fucking Nazis were marching in the street? To one of them when he's denigrating trans people. Like that's not just a joke.
He's saying he doesn't like trans people, and you're affirming that to him, and you're like doubling down on it. How is that a joke? And if it is a joke, how is it not a joke that is like revealing what you actually believe underneath, and you're still reaffirming the fucking transphobe and the literal Nazi?
And he always just defends it as being a joke. He's not like, oh, I'm sorry for that.
Right.
I mean, there's two things here, right? So number one, if that is the caliber of his joke, he's a shit comedian and should retire, right? Because that is a fucking pathetic joke. I mean, it's not even a joke; it's just boring. But number two, I think no, of course he's going to backtrack and walk it back and say, yeah, no, it's a joke. No, it's not a joke. He meant it. He meant what he said.
Well, as we all know, if you call joke, then you can't be held accountable.
Mm-hmm. Like no homo.
I might try that, Chris. I'll go to the tax office and be like, oh, my tax is just a joke.
Just a joke.
I didn't murder him. It was just a joke.
That should be a really good one, actually, because I've got to pay quite a lot of tax soon, so I might just go in and be like, oh, no, it's just a joke. No. Just don't have to pay a penny.
Yeah, just say you weren't actually working. You were just joking.
I might just say I'm American.
I'm going to show up.
Won't they charge you more if they think you're American?
Probably, yeah.
When you go up to him, just say, 1776 will commence again!
Yeah, well, in this country, you'd probably get arrested by the police for doing that, so... Yeah.
King George.
Are you allowed to talk about the Queen?
The what? Sorry, the gun situation in the UK.
No, I said, are you allowed to talk about the Queen?
Am I allowed to talk about the Queen? Well, she's not here. So, yeah.
I don't know. Don't you guys get in trouble for that or something?
If she was behind me, John, I might be a bit quiet, but no, she's not actually next to me.
Wasn't there some law over there about, like, insulting her or something? Or am I making that up? I don't know why I think that.
Yeah, you're talking bollocks, yeah.
Okay. I swear there was something.
The perception of, like... The perception of Americans that they have of the UK is basically we're all marching around redcoats ready to invade the next country that pops up on the screen, which is accurate in a way.
I mean, it was pretty accurate for many years, was it not?
Yeah, we did conquer half the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we still can't cook for shit. We should, I think that we go to places like India or even Australia where they have fantastic food, and we bring it back home. We go, "What do you think of this?" And we go, "Can we freeze it?"
So we're still waiting for Ted here because he was supposed to be the main attraction today.
Oh, Joey! He's trying to pull me up. Okay, first of all, that's French, you dickhead. Wrong country. Yeah,
so
that's
for anyone
who's the English channel.
For anyone who's listening to the audio, he's saying Articles 490 and 491 of the Criminal Code govern. I don't know what that word means. Any person less majeste. I'm not sure. Any person who defames or insults the king, the queen, their ancestors, or their descendants can be imprisoned for up to 2 years.
Okay, well, we have people on the BBC that frequently criticize the royal family and talk about republicanism. So, yeah, Joey, you're wrong. You twat. Like, yeah,
I thought it was a thing too. I swear I've heard it somewhere. I did a reckless Google too, like he's saying.
The Queen smells of elderberries. Man, I'm just getting roasted here, aren't I?
Top tier insults right there.
Yeah. I did a reckless Google. Oh, he's admitted he fucked it up. Look at him, what a twat.
I'm still waiting on Ted to get back to us.
Come on, Ted.
Hey, Ted, where are you?
For anyone who's just tuning in now, we're waiting for some guy on Twitter who doesn't like us named Ted to join because he said he would join, and he was like, he really seemed to want to come on, like he thought we were going to back out.
Yeah, he thought we were going to be the ones backing out.
Yeah. So we're
Come
we're
back
still
and
waiting
answer
on
for
him.
your crimes, you coward.
He's saying he has internet issues. He hasn't. I've been trying to message him. I haven't heard from him in about a little over 20 minutes. So we'll see.
that old chestnut.
In about 20 minutes, he's going to be tweeting saying that y'all backed out.
No, I know. That's exactly what's going to happen.
If he says that, I will literally join Twitter and then attack him. What a wanker. Because
But you already joined Twitter.
No, not yet, Potter. Not yet. I'm joining for you.
Archie.
Yeah.
I'm
joining.
can talk about him for a little bit if we feel like it. He's not here, but we can pretend he's here.
Well, I was
See what
looking
his
at the
responses
tweets
will be.
actually because I need to figure out what the fuck I was going to be talking about on this call. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So there was that one. Let me see if I can find it here. I think I've got the link.
Oh, his name's Sod Off. This guy might be British.
Yeah, his thing says Cryptids in Crypto. That's his username right there. Let me pull up the tweet he sent us 1 second. Let me see. Let me check my messages again and see if he's gotten back to me. I like how we're
I've
really
got it up.
professional. We're really professional here.
Oh
We're just,
yeah, no, I've just
we're checking our messages to try to get a guest on.
He's a
Half
tanky.
hour into the show.
He's a tanky, John.
He is?
Yeah,
I got-
he's a tanky. Great.
I didn't get those vibes.
Wonderful. Awesome. We're going to have some guy come up and be like, I've prepared this presentation for Stalin today. Fuck me.
I didn't see the tanky stuff.
Is he
Yeah,
really?
no. Yeah, no, I've just looked and I can see Stalin pictures on his profile and all that.
He seems like a righty, though.
Yeah, I got
He
I
might
got
be a
right-winger
Nazgul.
vibes.
Yeah, well,
By the time a legit Nazgul.
Horseshoe theory.
That's possible.
People who like Stalin are pretty much right-wing, right? Because Stalin was very much a social conservative, banning homosexuality and things like that. On the economic side, absolutely, he was a leftist, right? But on the social side, he was very right-wing,
Oh, yeah.
which is why a
Yeah,
lot of
that's fair on
Nazis...
the social side.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, right.
I feel like the right-wing, left-wing distinctions are kind of pointless a lot of the time anyway, because sometimes people are talking about different things. Like the people who say that less government is right-wing or something like that, or fascism is left-wing. I've heard that before. It just seems like people are talking past each other.
Whatsoever.
Oh yeah, fascism being left-wing. Well, that's just basically people who just have no intelligence whatsoever say things like that. They've never read a book in their entire
Don't talk
life.
about the Mises Caucus like that. Sorry.
I used to say Mises Caucus. I'm glad you corrected me. It's the Mises Caucus, right?
Yeah,
I keep
Right, okay.
I keep saying Mises too.
Mises call.
Ah, that's your inner Britain.
Okay, so I've got that tweet pulled up that he sent us. This was out of nowhere too. He wasn't even replying to anything. This was 4 days ago. He said, "At Fakertarians, hey, how much money can I make as a rootless cosmopolitan Walbert Prague grifter selling shirts made by borderline slaves in China and drop shipped to my cult of people who weigh more than fat fetish e-whores and think they will change society if we just keep voting?" That was his tweet
Yeah,
to us.
but
That's
I
how we met
kinda-
this guy.
That wasn't
kinda
even 10% as good as Archie's brand.
I think he's calling John Hudak fat. Has he seen John Hudak? He hasn't even got an ounce of fat. The guy needs to spend about 10 weeks in KFC.
I'm with Karen here. We might have legitimately run into a national Bolshevik or a Stirnerist.
Oh, great. Fantastic. Wow. Awesome. Hooray!
Well, I mean, it doesn't seem like we're really running into him right now because he's
Also,
not here.
Melissa says John has nice eyebrows. Yep.
That's
John
nice.
does.
He's probably making a pact with the Nazis as we speak.
Oh god. Yeah, this is kind of great because we had nothing planned for this episode beyond just talking about that Mises picture and the whole trans attack. I was going to say meme because they kept calling it a meme, but I think it's better to refer to it as an attack because it's not just about a meme. But yeah, I had this whole stick plan for when Ted was going to come on. It was going to be great.
Well, you got me.
Drosserist.
Ask me questions.
You have two entire surprise guests here today.
Yeah, right. You even got a foreign one. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah.
What do you want? What do you guys want to talk about?
Someone on their own island, even.
Well, I wouldn't say it's my island. It's the country, but yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
I mean, it's
Well, none of us are there. So you're by yourself on your island as far as this podcast is concerned.
Yeah, you should
By,
write
my,
an ebook.
by myself on this island, there's 70 million people on this island. What are you talking about?
None of us are there. That's what I mean. That's what I'm
You're
saying.
the only ones that count.
You're the only one from there.
Oh yes. Yeah. I think I'm the only British person in the entire Fakertarians group. Oh no. There's one Scottish person as well, but we don't talk about the Scots.
Sort of like we don't talk about
social.
Yeah. We just ignore them. They occasionally
Wait,
complain and
who just compared the Scots to Rothbard? Because I don't think that's fair.
Scots to Rothbard.
Are you saying Scots are senile?
Well, first of all, I think it's pretty racist to call all Scottish people paedophiles, but here we are.
You could say it's just a joke.
Oh yeah, no. Well, that was a joke for me, John. So it was actually a joke.
if you're gonna like call out to like murder anybody or anything like that, or plan any crimes, just add it's just a joke after, or just say it's.
I don't think that's gonna hold up. I'm just letting you know.
I bet you O.J. Simpson did that in his trial. He just went, "Oh, no, it's just a joke, man." Like,
yeah, the glove doesn't fit. It's just a joke.
Yeah, the glove doesn't fit. It's just a joke. I remember watching a documentary on that, John, and I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with America?" And then I moved there for a bit. What a wanker I am. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I was watching that, and he was like, "Oh, I can't put the glove on." Yeah, because you're not putting it on, you dickhead. Just slide it down. You can tell it. And they looked at like his DNA and everything, and they found it was him. And then the jury went, "Oh, I'm afraid he's not guilty." What? What's wrong with you?
So we had
what the hell is wrong with your country? Seriously.
We had an audience question for you, Josh. A lot of things, but we had an audience question that said, "Does our British guest like a tea with one lump or two? Waits with wooden mallet."
I'm sorry. Say that again. Does our British guest like his tea with one lump or two? Waits with wooden mallet. Why are you waiting with a wooden mallet? You're thousands miles away from me. What are you going to hit your own kitchen or something?
He's a boss.
They're going to destroy their computer, I'm sure.
No, I typically take my tea without sugar, which I assume that's what he's referring to when he says lump. I mean,
I don't know what a lump is.
I swear it. Yeah, well, I swear it. Well, it can't be cancer, can it?
That's what I was thinking.
Variety of tea.
Maybe he's asking about camels.
Yeah, it would be. It's watch an American cartoon. It's a fairly common cartoon joke. One lump or two, and then they would hit.
Oh, that actually sounds familiar now.
Yeah, if you want to do it in proper British, it's
in the comment section.
If you want to do it in proper British, it's how do you take your tea, black or white? You have to do that white, because apparently that's makes it more posh.
Okay, let's check in again with our intended guest for today. And he has not seen my message yet.
He still has not seen the last.
I like how Jonathan clarified it was a lump of sugar. No, it's definitely not cancer, it's sugar. No shit, you don't just dig cancer out of someone, do you?
I'm getting the feeling that Ted's not going to be joining us today.
The funny thing is,
way.
Ted is not even backing out of like a fight. Ted's backing out of a fucking podcast. How ridiculous!
He heard I was coming on, Chris.
I had so many good questions set up for him. I'm gonna wait like 10 more minutes before I give away what I was gonna pull today, but just in case he shows up. But we'll see.
I'll see. There's another question.
Josh is Ted?
Me?
What if Josh has been trolling us all along and he created the Ted account?
You having a laugh?
As a joke.
Have you seen that guy's grammar? That's not me at all.
That's exactly it.
I think you gotta.
It. It's convincing. That's my point.
Perfect.
Well, you named it "Saw It Off," which
you got a good conspiracy going there. It sounds like something that was in the Fauci emails.
Well, I mean, this guy couldn't write his own shopping list. I mean, Jesus Christ! Look, it just doesn't make any sense.
If he doesn't show up, we could bring on Chris Zelensky and he could talk about gardening, I guess.
I think Zach was saying that Zach wants to come on because he was in that third tier, the thing Sam made. Oh, let's talk about that actually.
Zach wants to come on.
By the way, how do you see the comments in this thing? Because I see them popping up in the bottom left.
Okay, so you see StreamYard right here.
Sorry, what?
No one else sees StreamYard, but people on the show do. So we're doing like tech problems in real time. You see where it says private chat to like the right?
Yeah.
if you click on comments next to that, it shows all the comments from all the different platforms. Like we've got this going on like YouTube and Facebook and all that.
Okay, I see it. Ted has cold feet. Okay, well, maybe he needs to put some socks on.
That was better than any Dave Smith joke ever.
Yeah, you've done it, Josh. That was you've achieved perfect comedy.
Yeah, but I keep telling you guys, the guy's not a comedian. It's not funny at all. You know, he basically.
But his Twitter like handle, he's got to be a comic, right?
Yeah,
it says comic.
Dave Smith.
I mean, if you say that he's a comic in the sense that he's a joke, you're right. You know, but I mean, he's a walking joke, right? He writes
part of the
stuff.
problem.
Yeah, but
He's comic.
Well, I literally, because I remember 2 years ago when I started joining into all this, well, not Fakertarians, but libertarian sort of scene. Well, actually, it was about 5 years ago. And his name came up, and they were like, look at him, he's really, really funny. And I watched him for about 5 minutes, and he was like, look, there's a cat going down the road. And that would be his joke. And I was like, what the fuck is that? Are you serious? If you go to Hammersmith, you get your head kicked in. What's wrong with you? Tell us something funnier. Like, it's not even a joke.
I was going down the road earlier today at the Pride Festival.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, did you see my Kirov airships that I sent to Potter, by the way?
Yes, they did.
Did you like them?
They were great.
Yeah, but that's...
What were their names? They were the Hildens, I think.
Oh, the Hildens, yeah. Yeah, I might call them the Hoodaklins now.
Exactly. I don't even know what we're talking about. But...
Do you know what? I'm actually
I'm
gonna print a picture of John Hudak and mount it on my wall, and then post it in the Fakertarians group. He thinks I'm joking. Huh? No, I'll do that.
Mount John Hudak? Goodness.
Yeah, no, I said
I think I'm gonna have to turn you down there.
What me? Well, I mean, you can't stop my printer, John. You're in America. How are you going to stop my printer? I'm in the UK.
I didn't know we were talking about printers.
What are you, Go Gadget, John Hudak arm or something like that? And
Russians. We'll get Russians to stop
That's why I
it.
don't wear the sleeves so I can reach really far without anything in my way.
Yeah, to be fair, you do look like a bit of an Inspector Gadget, to be fair.
Strike me that strong.
So, I have heard nothing from Ted yet. So, I had a bunch of... So
Ted, you dumb bitch, get in here.
I'll just give away what we're gonna pull today because I don't think
Ted's shocked.
Yeah, so he only told us to call him by Ted. He's like, you're not getting a last name. So I was gonna pretend he was Ted from that Seth MacFarlane movie, and I was gonna ask him about how it is, like that teddy bear movie. I was gonna ask him about how it is to like work with Seth MacFarlane and Mark Wahlberg and all that. And I wasn't gonna give him any context for it. I was just gonna try to totally throw him off his game. Be like, so what's Mila Kunis like offset? Just to see what he said, but I didn't get to do that, and I feel like I've been deprived of something today. It really bums me out because I was looking through the plot summary of Ted today.
That's okay, John. You got to speak to me today.
Yeah, no, it's been fun doing this.
How does it compare to Mighty Ducks 2?
How does it compare to Mighty Ducks? I don't know. I've never seen Mighty Ducks 2. Because I watched Space Jam. It's a good bit.
I bet Lou Rockwell doesn't like that one either because the basketball.
I bet he hates Space Jam.
Who? Sorry?
Lou Rockwell.
Lou Rockwell. We were talking about him.
Oh yeah, Lou. Yeah, the guy who shares the Nazi name. Yeah.
Yeah, because we were talking before the show started, and Josh was saying that he thought Lou Rockwell was George Lincoln Rockwell, like that neo-Nazi guy.
They have the same name. They have the same name.
Coincidence?
Yeah, I think someone once said to me, he said, "How did you mistake them?" And I went, "They got the same fucking name." That's how I mistook them. Now, if you got two Johns and you mistake one John for the other, you could be forgiven because they're called fucking John.
And I mean,
right?
there's some overlap there. I mean, one of them published racist newsletters and pro-police brutality op-eds in the LA Times, and then one of them is George Lincoln Rockwell.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, great. Now the chat's all taking the piss out of me because I've never seen Mighty Ducks 2.
Oh, imagine if we had Lou Rockwell on. Actually, speaking of Lou Rockwell, I emailed him from the Fakertarians email like a week or two ago, trying to get his opinion on the new Mighty Ducks TV series, and I have not received a response. I told him I liked his Mighty Ducks 2 article, and I wanted to hear more, but he wouldn't.
You know what,
back.
John? I'll find his number. I'll call him.
I don't doubt that you actually will. That's the thing.
Yeah, but this is you know me. I will do this. Like when I say I'm going to do something, I often go and do it.
So the funniest part too is when I emailed him, his email was at mac.com. I've like never seen that. That's something from like 1997 or something, you know?
Right, when Apple's first started an email service, and it slowly changed to
me. It changed to mobile me, then iCloud.
They sold him the domain name for $5.
I don't know if Hilditch has seen the latest photo.
John,
I know of.
We got someone. Hello, Ted.
Oh my God.
Hello.
Welcome aboard, Tedward.
So, how you doing today?
Oh, fine. What are we talking about?
So, what was it like working with Mark Wahlberg?
Not sure what you mean by that, buddy.
I mean, is your friendship with Mark the same as in real life, or was that just scripted?
I'm not getting the joke.
Okay, I'll move on.
I bet you're fun at fucking parties, mate. Say something.
Do you think you broke down any barriers by taking such a prominent role in a prominent film?
Okay, good bit. Just want to say, first of all, everyone here who isn't a cuck should subscribe to Peter Quinones on Substack.
Oh, he called us a cuck. You're so intelligent. Wow, so funny, man. Jesus Christ. Amazing, dude. I've never heard that before. Come on, man. Give me something better than that. Give me something better.
Hey,
When
Ted,
you're
I
done,
have a quick question for you.
Tell us what you're about.
Go ahead, ask your question.
Ted, is that the same dildo used by James Weeks in the 2016 convention?
I don't know, maybe. It's actually an AKG P120.
Nice.
The fuck does that
well,
mean?
it kind of looks like a dildo from here.
The model of the microphone.
Do you have a chauffeur?
So who's the gay furry who looks like he molests children in the back of the
homophobia reported.
You do a lot of social interactions, don't you?
So you recently called us rootless. You recently called us rootless cosmopolitans. What exactly did you mean by that?
Well, I actually answered your tweet. I was talking to you.
No, but I mean for the audience.
Yeah.
So when I called you a rootless cosmopolitan, I was calling you a rootless cosmopolitan.
Cosmopolitan.
Are you trying to say cosmopolitan?
Right.
So,
yeah, I
what did you mean by that?
You misspoke.
You're aware of the fact that that term is used as a stand-in for calling someone Jewish, correct?
Yes, I am.
Is that the context in
and
which
yet
you meant
still offered me a platform. I think that's really interesting. That you just let reactionaries...
I find it very funny you call John Hudak a cosmopolitan. You're riding in the back seat. Someone's driving you. You're the cosmopolitan.
It is to be a progressive. Considering
what is Mila Kunis like off that? No, not really.
Oh, great! He's called us liberal now. I think John, when you start going through the sheet of cliches, you know,
he's gonna call us like betas or something next. Soy.
Yeah. I mean, do you want to call me soy next, mate? You know,
soy boy beta cuck.
You weren't supposed to do that. You know that, right? Like that was the joke.
So I didn't realize there's these chat things pop up. But you're right. The mask isn't really for COVID. I was gonna do a bit where I draw a black sun on it. You know, going with the whole Jew thing because that's apparently how you kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it's good that you can draw. Can you draw us a picture?
Yeah, that's the FBI, mate. You better answer.
Is that your mom's car?
Is your mother driving you right now?
No, it's an Uber.
Is your Uber driver aware?
Driving around in chauffeured cars calls other people cosmopolitans.
Does your Uber driver want to be on the podcast?
No.
Did you ask?
Oh, do you? All right, they're not responding, so I'm guessing not.
That's a bummer.
Hey, is that a microphone he's got? You just walk around with microphones?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? Yeah, why do you walk around? What do you work for the BBC? Like, what's wrong with you? To record audio. What are you recording?
Right. What do you?
What did you think about
that was a question, smartass.
What did you think about the sequel?
How am I supposed to input audio without audio
Yes,
input?
I know it's an input audio. That wasn't the question, you muppet.
What do you think about the sequel not getting as good reviews as the
Archie,
original?
do you not have
movie?
a mic? You got your little chat box going on.
Yeah, well, I have a microphone clearly in my mobile phone device, but I don't walk around as if I'm working for CNN or something like that, like you are right now.
Are you part of the MSM?
Wait, what? MS what?
MS-13.
Yeah.
Don,
He said the MSM.
You look like you're a member of the mainstream media.
Chris, you got to dumb it down for me. It looks like he's been hit by a lorry.
The cathedral. Do you work for the cathedral?
I actually do, yes. My
Do you
employer
get Soros
is
checks
definitely someone I would consider the cathedral.
How much does Soros pay you per week?
And can you tell him to please send my
Not
check
enough.
soon?
Not enough isn't a number. Can you give us a number or at least a range? Like, is it between 1,000 and 2,000 per week? I mean, is it a living wage? Are we talking $15 an hour? Are we talking less? Is this, slave labor basically? $2 an hour? What's Soros pay?
Are you shy?
Work? Okay. No, I have really shitty internet right now.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
So what do you want to talk about today?
I was kind of hoping you guys would have a topic.
I mean, we did, but you didn't want to talk about the movie.
Okay, I got a question for you. Where do you lean politically?
Right, what is it?
Sorry, what?
You want a real answer?
Yes, of course.
No, I don't want a fake answer, do I? That's why I asked you a question.
I mean, you guys love me on your fucking podcast just for calling you gay on Twitter.
What the fuck is your political stance? What do you call
actually,
yourself?
I'm
Just
calling you
fucking
a dude, that's
answer it,
right.
dude.
Yeah. So at least you actually say it out loud this
Reactionary.
time instead of trying to cover it.
You're a reactionary. That's your response.
Yes.
Wow.
Are you?
Your mother would be ashamed of you. What a wanker you are.
Probably.
Your
Quite a
mother
liberal.
who is driving you right now, does she know that you're a reactionary?
Well, my mom's not driving, so you
Is
couldn't tell the car's actually stopped.
Does
the
your
world?
know? Does your mother know
Is
what
the
you
world?
have to
So your
on
mom
the
got out of the car.
So Ted,
You gotta go one.
you just said you were a reactionary. Where on the political spectrum in relation to you is Antifa?
Is where? Antifa?
That's yes.
Antifa.
Is this
Where
guy
is
stoned or
Antifa?
something? What's wrong with him?
In relation to you.
Every single time you ask him a question, he's like
that
10
depends
seconds
on
later,
who
he's
you're
like, what? Are you
we
okay,
talking
man?
about
Do you need to go
actual
to a
ANCOMs
Do you need to go to a
or
hospital?
liberal
Do you want me to
LARPers
call you
looking
an
to
ambulance?
take the aesthetic and pretend there's something they're not for clout?
I couldn't hear you. Could
He's
you
saying
repeat
he's
that,
talking
please?
about people who pretend there's them. He's talking about people who pretend there's something they're not for clout, like Dave Smith pretending to be a comedian. Was that what you're going with?
Great job.
Thanks.
Yeah, well, what
I
people
try.
are asking, what are you reacting to if you're reactionary?
Don't know, mate. Look at his limp neck. He's reacting to fuck all right now.
He's not reacting much, it seems like.
It's not rural Wisconsin, guy.
I'm not a real Wisconsin guy. No shit. What
I'm
gave you
not
that
talking,
impression?
I'm reading your comments section.
He said
Yeah,
it's not rural Wisconsin. He said.
Oh, it's not. Oh, right. I see. Okay.
So, are you ready to talk about the movie? I mean, we can talk about the
Neither,
sequel.
Karen.
If you,
None of the above.
is there going to be a Ted 3?
I don't answer questions, man.
Yo,
What
Ted,
was his last
you
name? I'm
do,
not sure how to pronounce that one.
you do realize this is not a courtroom, right? So you don't have to plead the fifth or whatever. You're gonna have a conversation, right? Do you know
No,
how?
Melissa,
Like,
I'm
if
not
I
having a
asked you,
stroke.
if I asked you what the weather was like today, are you gonna say, "Ooh,
I don't really talk to people who don't live in free
What?
countries.
What? I don't live in a free country.
Who
Oh,
the
yes.
fuck lives in a free
I'm good.
country, dude?
John, I'm taking off the gloves.
Free dog.
Apparently, I'm
So
just a GOP asshole LARPer, so nobody
You
but me.
seriously think that I don't live in a free country?
You got it, Karen. I'm a gorillist.
I'm sorry, what?
Jesus.
I'm not talking to you. I thought I made that pretty clear. I'm responding to your comments right now.
You're not talking to me, but you're responding to my comments. That's
That's
ironic.
right, Jonathan.
Yeah, you're a bit of a fuckwit, aren't you? Yeah, you haven't got a brain with you, have you? You don't actually think before you say something, do you?
Why would I do that?
Why would you think before you say something? Oh, mate, would you like me to give you an essay? Are you seriously having a laugh? What the fuck is wrong with you? Are you on heroin?
What substances
No,
are you
heroin
on?
is suicide.
Can you tell us, please?
I'm sorry, what did you say? It's suicide? Where the fuck did that come
Heroin
from?
is suicide.
Heroin is suicide.
Okay,
Well, it's
well,
not.
what do you want? Like lifestyle.
Yeah, it pretty much is. I've known probably
Well,
quite
no,
a bit more
actually,
heroin addicts than you.
I don't know what school you went to, but heroin is
You're
actually a
more of a
narcotic,
heroin
not
addict?
suicide. Suicide is a different thing.
Good joke, but
Wait, are you
Would you-
claiming you are a heroin addict? Is that what I heard?
no, I'm not a heroin addict.
And why'd you say you were more of a heroin addict than you to somebody?
I
It's
said
the
I
record.
probably know a lot more heroin addicts. I got like five.
What kind of competition is this? I know more
Hey,
heroin
Ted.
addicts than you. Are you having a laugh, man?
So what do you? I want to get to some.
Yeah, I really am
topics
just
here.
taking the piss. I've
So
said that multiple times.
Well, it's good you like this, but what do you think about our page?
Eight?
Yeah, like the Fakertarians page. What are your thoughts, your critiques?
Seriously, someone's hit me in the head with a cricket bat. He just doesn't say anything. Dude, use your mouth. Vocal cords. Come on, hurry up. What are you on the M25? Fuck me. Say something.
So it appears that Josh in his unfree country has better internet than you do in the free country of Free Speech USA, dude. So get a better internet connection for next time.
No, there's nothing about the internet connection. The guy apparently, before he came onto this podcast, he went to a doctor and they took out his vocal cords. They don't say any fucking thing.
No, I think the problem.
Oh, and he walks around with the big microphone for CNN as well.
And thinks that we're gonna track him down or something.
Oh, he just unplugged.
That's the mask.
Oh,
He's
plugging
plugging back
Let's
in.
plug him back in.
What the hell is he doing? What is he just walking around to the? Are you having a? What is going on here? Seriously, man, do you work for Sky News?
Ted, maybe you need to take off the mask so that we can hear you clearly.
That is Chick-fil-A.
I bet you're gonna
Okay,
get
there.
blocked on Twitter.
Okay, I think we got the audio fixed.
I really love God chicken.
Yeah, well, you know the funny thing about Chick-fil-A, I used to call it chicken
I mean,
fillet
you're
when
not
I
against the
lived
girls
in
here. I'm the
Texas.
only good guest you guys got so far. This
I mean,
train
this has been fun.
of a podcast.
I'm pretty sure we've
is
had much
everything.
better.
This
I
has
mean,
been
what do
pretty
you
fun,
mean?
though.
What do you mean
I
you're
got
a
a
good
grape
guest?
in Melissa.
You don't say anything. You just sit there and like John will ask you a question and you'll be like, Chick-fil-A?
I am not banned from the internet.
Do you have a bit? Like, do your song and dance already.
And also, where are you driving? You've been in Uber now for like 10 minutes. Where are you going?
Let
to?
it stop.
You-
His mom
what are you-
got out of the car.
Are you going to Canada? Like, what the fuck are you doing? If you're going to
Why
Canada,
would I
get a
go to
plane.
Canada?
That's why I'm asking you, dickhead.
Are you banned from Canada?
Yeah, just one thing I want to make a point
wish.
here. Okay, so you say that you're in an
Okay.
Uber.
I don't know
What
who's
fucking
talking
Uber
right now.
driver abandons their car and just lets you sit in it in a driveway or wherever the fuck you're at? I'm pretty sure
The
it's
one
your
that I'm
goddamn
making up right now.
mother. Yeah, your mother's driving you around, correct?
Why would I be genuine on this podcast?
I don't know, because, you know, it's the right thing to do. What, do you want to be a liar?
I figure you want to talk about whatever the fuck
Why
it is
would
you
I
want to
care?
talk about.
So what are your critiques of our page?
I thought we
So
were
we
all
can get
over
something-
there. Lying doesn't violate rights, guys.
That's good. What do you think about our page? Because I feel like we haven't
Say
gotten a
first again.
response on that one yet. I said, what are your critiques of our page? Like, what are your thoughts on us? In general, like the page in general.
Give him 10 minutes, John. He'll respond in 10 minutes' time.
Your audience is kind of slow. So are some of your
He just want to talk to our
I even demonstrated that.
I'm sorry, did you call the audience slow and it takes you about 50 years to respond to a question? Are you serious?
Yes. I did do that.
You're fucking mad, mate. You are absolutely fucking mad.
Cool.
No, it's not cool. It's bad.
Oh, wow.
That's bad.
Logic.
So are you a soy boy beta
on
cuck for
Facebook? I
wearing
don't
a
use
fucking mask
Facebook
inside a
because
car?
I'm not
What's your problem?
47.
You use Twitter, you dickhead. It's the same thing.
What do you think of the Mises
Actually,
Caucus?
Twitter's probably worse, if we're being honest.
Think he's
okay. Okay. Well, so you just checked yourself then. Well done. Tell your cab driver how much of a muppet you are.
What do you think of the Mises Caucus? Like, what are your thoughts
Ubers
there?
are separate from cabs. You should know this. This huge regulation thing. A lot of lowbirds were actually cheering that on a few years back.
I should know this. Why? Am I an Uber driver? I'm not. Why would I know that? Why do you make an assumption like that?
Here,
I don't know what libertarian
social
Republican
anxiety.
is,
I'll put
but
on a mask
you guys
too,
should
so it's not
definitely
going online.
send me this so I can make fun of people online.
So I don't think you can make fun of anyone, mate. You're making fun of yourself.
I wish I had a mask next to me so I could put one
Why are
on.
you wearing a
Like
mask?
in solidarity.
Are you liberal?
Oh, I think I've got one.
Why would
Am I
reveal
liberal?
my face to people I don't know?
No. I'm not a liberal, but I asked you what's your political leaning. Go on, tell me.
How many times do I have to say I'm not speaking to you, Brit?
But you are speaking to me now, you muppet. Like you've been
I like
speaking
how you
to me
went
for
like
the last 5
electronic
minutes.
there.
I like it's that one question that I asked
you,
him.
aren't you?
Hey, Ted.
Really outsource your graphic design if you
Ted.
are.
Well, no, I'm not
Ted.
leading Liberty.
He's Peter
Ted.
Quinones.
Okay.
Ted.
Okay, well.
So if you won't
Yes.
speak with Josh, will you speak with me?
Sorry,
Had
what?
no problems in the past.
Yes, I will, Archie. Do you
Hey,
still
great.
think
Josh,
that
what
it
do
is
you
better
want
for
me to
someone
ask Ted?
to maybe prefer
Okay,
their
ask
daughter
him what
not
his
take
political
someone
leaning
down
is.
than to institute
Ted,
a mass
what's your
murder of
political
children in
leaning?
foreign countries with our tax money? Or have you changed your view
What
on
kind
that
of
one?
bullshit are you saying? Repeat that bullshit, Ted, please.
I really
he's-
don't give a shit about
He's making
politics.
something up about my views, which, is complete BS.
I can't believe he's walking around with a microphone as if he's like a
Warren,
reporter or
to
something,
answer
and
your
it's such
question,
shit
the sound
quality.
quality is lame because I'm speaking
I thought you
through
weren't
a
talking
mask
to
right
me.
now.
You take the
onto
fucking mask
very,
off. You can
very
fucking
shitty internet. But is that
Take the
being
mask off.
strange
What are you
to
afraid of?
The audio
So if you know
quality.
anything about audio, you'll know why it's so shitty.
Why?
I thought
Alright,
you weren't
sorry,
talking to me,
Archie.
Ted.
Very-
But now you're talking to
yeah.
me again. Do you like me again? Do you want a hug?
You're not really updating on for my night, Archie.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
I sound like I'm watching a hostage video.
I think that he thinks he just owned the libs by asking me a position that I don't hold. But I didn't quite catch everything
All I
because
see
he
right
has
now
a
is
mask
Archie's
on.
camera frozen. The very
Hey, I'm going to
unflattering.
ask the audience real quick. Has my audio quality dropped since I put my mask on?
No.
What?
think so.
What did you say? What? What did you say?
Solidarity.
I know he sounds like he's in a submarine. He sounds
Yeah,
like he's in a
you're
submarine,
fine.
doesn't he? We all live in a yellow submarine. Yellow
I'm not
submarine.
getting any update right now.
This
I
is
can
the
hear the
best
Brit
I
bot,
can
but
do
not
for
ours.
solidarity.
I can hear the Brit bong. I like that. Fantastic. You're very funny. Not.
This is kind of annoying, damn.
You have the stage. You can say whatever the fuck you want. You can tell us all about yourself, but you just want to sit there and just kind of
I
nod
don't
off
have internet
like you're on
because
like
I'm in a vehicle
fucking
right
Ken
now.
Vans.
Okay, but you're the one that put yourself in that vehicle knowing you were going to be on a podcast.
Someone is scared
Yeah,
absolutely
there's a
shitless to reveal who they are and what they believe. That's what's going on.
Are you afraid your mom's gonna find out what you believe while she's driving you around?
Chris, this guy clearly believes something. It's just going to take him about a decade to tell us what it is.
Okay, well,
All right, so Ted, First Amendment, yes or no? Do you like it?
Oh, I can hear Archie again. I don't
First
really give a
Amendment,
shit
yes or no?
about the Constitution at all.
Oh, good.
I definitely
okay.
We all agree on.
All right, the right to freedom of speech, yes or no? Do you like it? We can drop the Bill of Rights.
Yes, I
we can
do like
drop the
human rights.
legality. Oh, okay. So,
Well, why would he like? He doesn't.
Molyneux.
Why would he like freedom of speech? He doesn't talk.
The right to self-defense. Do you believe people should have the right to own, say, an
I think Sterner's
AR-15?
the fucking moron, honestly. Archie,
What a
I don't
shame.
think you should have the right to
Well,
own an AR.
I mean, I'll
think
tell him, but
that you should have the
I
right
can't
to
hear
own whatever
you.
the
I
fuck
can't
you
hear you,
want.
dude.
There are a lot of people out there
Honestly,
who don't think so.
everyone should be
I don't feel
concealed carrying nukes at all times. That would definitely give us a safer.
Concealed carry
because
nukes.
Oh my god, the joke
yeah,
is like
Yeah.
so fucking old, dude.
Yeah, that's
What-
logical, man.
what
Just
also
walk
my
around
dogs
with an
are
ICBM.
whistling.
What megaton of range are we talking
Guys,
about?
one at a time. One at a time.
Let's do it. Yeah, please.
Anything,
One at a
Archie.
time.
Anything. Whatever you can afford.
Whatever you can afford. So you just armed the billionaires, but because nukes are pretty expensive, no one else can afford them.
Yes, they are. That's true. But they're quite easy to make.
So your position is
That
that
Boy
Jeff
Scout needs
Bezos
for
should be able to own an Amazon nuke and walk around with that.
I unironically would love to see that headline. If we're dropping the bit for a second, yes, I would love to see the headline of Jeff
All right.
Bezos
Well,
concealed carrying a nuke
Thank
every
you for
day.
your honesty.
I want to
that's
see what
not
this state tries to
self-defense.
do to him. Because if we're being honest, Bezos is his own fucking government, okay?
I thought you said you weren't going to be honest with us. You keep contradicting yourself,
I thought
Doug.
you said you were
I do.
not going to be genuine.
You know, do you want to actually
say that, you're right.
select one thing and stick to it, or are you just going to keep swapping and flip flopping all day? Are you a salmon or something like that? What are you going to
I'm
see
doing
or
that
something?
Hillary Clinton technique right now, and it's working.
Are you on
pretty
your way
well.
to Nick
It's
Fuentes'
getting
house?
real.
Wait. You're
Uh,
Hillary Clinton
the
right
only
now?
thing
I couldn't
know
quite
about
hear.
Nick Fuentes is that Holocaust joke I stole.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
that
you
was
love
the
that
joke.
one, right?
Are you baking cookies
Actually,
right now?
quite.
I don't think he is in the car, mate. Unless he's got a
Wait, so is
stove.
Fuentes
He's got a
actually
microphone
gay?
and a.
Is that a joke?
And he
I
might
really
have
don't
an
follow
oven.
him. I don't give a shit about him.
You keep saying
you
you don't
should
give a
take
shit about me,
Mike
but you
Metz.
keep engaging with me.
That's
I mean, do
pretty
you want to make
good,
up your
Noble
mind
Joe.
sometime?
I think if you have schizophrenia, which is actually very common, it's about 1 in 100 apparently. I definitely think you guys should be medicated. Holocaust.
Okay, well, thank you very much, yeah.
You look
And
very
Douglas
medicated.
Polish.
Is that a professional opinion? Are you claiming to be a doctor like Fauci?
It was just a weird thing he said. If you have, like, you know, this mental illness, you should be medicated. No shit, fuckwit. Like,
Coming from someone who's clearly over medicated, I'm not surprised that you think that.
nah, he's stoned. Look at him. Stoned. You probably went to Amsterdam. You're in
Every
Amsterdam.
5-year-old should be taking heroin. That was a great tweet.
There's nothing
Is that
wrong
Austin
with him
Peterson?
being
I don't
stoned
remember.
right now.
Aaron,
Please
I have
don't
answered
stone
you multiple
shame.
times. I do not like Sterner.
Okay, that's fine. Whatever.
Who do you like?
He said stoned, not Sterner.
Wait,
Yeah, thank you.
Time out for a second, guys. Who do you like?
What? I don't like.
Yeah, but who do you like?
So you said you don't like
That's a good
Sterner.
question.
Who do you like?
I had a whole bit pulled up here. I was gonna read off, and you guys didn't really acknowledge it. So
Okay, read it.
You've had the fucking floor this whole time. You ain't said a goddamn thing like for like 90% of it.
You hit
Oh,
it,
he's
Jazz.
unplugging. He's unplugging. Mom wants to talk.
What is this guy doing? He's like
What's up,
a
Mom?
He's got like he's a walking media studio.
Hey, I don't blame him. He's getting his tendies.
Yes, chicken nuggies, please.
Yes, Mom.
Sorry, mummy, I won't swear again.
all right, I don't really have
Okay,
time to
what'd your
redo
mom
that
have
whole bit that I was gonna do.
What'd your
Okay,
mother
I'll
have
tell
to
my
say?
mom.
Here.
Well, if you'd speak a little bit faster, like you weren't completely drugged up, then maybe you'd be.
I spoke a little bit faster than I could. Really, my point. You're right.
But I don't want to
What?
do that. I'll be right back.
Okay.
All
Okay,
right.
I'll see you later, dude.
What are you gonna?
10 or 20 minutes.
Okay.
Sounds like holding in a shit. No, I actually took one before I started.
You took what?
Dude, what?
Someone commented about him.
This guy
like
is just
he's holding in
this
a shit.
guy. This guy is ridiculous. Like he just says things that have no relevance to anything. He's like, I just took one. Took one what?
Shit.
No, Josh, he was replying to a comment. It was relevant.
What is
on my
going
phone.
on?
That's one thing that he'll actually tell
No,
us.
that's not a phone. That's a microphone. You fucking moron.
Too
Jesus
much to do with
Christ.
my laptop. I trust you guys being such consistent libertarians.
So,
Are
like,
gonna
this is
deal with that.
definitely an Uber, as you can tell from the fact that items are being left in it.
Is he asking us to watch his stuff? As if we were like.
I think he
friends?
asked us to watch his stuff. Like,
What does he
like-
want me to do? Like, I mean, this is.
If someone-
this is
If
what I
someone
mean.
tries, if someone
This
tries
is
to grab it, you just gotta be like, halt.
Right. But this is what I mean,
Right
Chris.
there,
Like,
criminal scum.
what a crazy statement. Like, if someone comes and nicks his shit, right? And then he's going to turn around to me and be like, well, why don't you do anything about it? I don't know, because I'm on the other fucking side of the world, you dickhead. That's why. There's a giant ocean. Like,
If someone
what
comes and
does he want
steals
me
his
to
stuff,
do?
they'll probably be much more entertaining than he was.
Let's talk
Yeah.
longer.
Yeah. It's just, well, you're a fucking clown, man. It's-
I like how he started off
I've
with
never met such a boring
He
clown.
wouldn't say a goddamn thing about what he believed.
Yeah, well, yeah, he just wouldn't tell anyone, would he? He was just like, oh, you know what? I believe in Spanish restaurants. Okay. Great. Yeah, tapas is good. But what do you actually believe in?
Oh my god.
I definitely am open to Spanish restaurants being a belief system.
What, Spanish? I don't know about that. Look, we have a bit of a rivalry in England with Spain over football, so less Spanish restaurants, the better.
What?
More fish and chips.
We have
disconnected.
lost Ted.
Oh, no,
Give
somebody,
him-
somebody stole this stuff. Quick, call the police.
Oh, I guess we're not consistent libertarians.
911.
Yeah, 911. Well, I'll do it. I'll do it, John. Hello. You're right.
What's the
Yeah,
problem?
I'm calling from Kent in England. There's a guy who's had his shit nicked.
No, I'll tell you what happened.
No,
I'll tell
no,
you
I
what
don't have a
happened. He
social
walked
security
off with his
number.
phone, and his phone was the mobile hotspot for the laptop.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I like how he said, "Oh, my internet's bad," as if that had any relevance. He didn't say a fucking thing. So what does it matter anyway? I mean, he was a still photograph.
My
Basically.
audio is bad because I have a mask on. So take the
If you took a photograph of him, printed out, and stuck it in the back of that cab and put the camera in, we can tell the difference.
I'm talking slow because my internet is bad, not because my brain is bad.
No, his brain's definitely bad. Too much heroin. He's got to lay off that fucking crack pipe.
That's where he gets his sources. Come on.
What do you mean he's get his sources? I ain't got any sources. I mean, he's got a couple. Maybe he's got brown sauce and tomato sauce in his cupboard, but he hasn't got fucking anything else, has he? I like how John went to him. What's your critiques of our page? And he went, and that was it. He just basically blew out oxygen.
I think his entire personality is somebody that watched Drake videos and does not understand the irony, and he just fucking adopts it.
Are you enjoying having me on, John?
Yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun. This was definitely the episode to bring you on for sure.
I've been watching Potter and Chris are just pissing themselves laughing. It's great.
I have been too. I'm kind of.
I've seen you laugh as well. I've never seen you laugh before on a podcast, so I've done a good job today.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I've seen Jeremy laugh. You, on the other hand, Arch, you are a tough nut to crack. I'll tell you what.
What? I've been laughing this whole damn time.
Have you? Fuck me, I need to go
Well, watch
spec-
it. Watch the damn podcast then.
Yeah, I might have to, actually. It's probably your most famous podcast. Look at us. We invited a British person on. He insulted people. Hooray.
It's the best. We just need to bring Hilditch on all the roads.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think John's like, there's going to be a thing when they go on Twitter, right? And it would be like Dave Smith, and he'd be like, I want to debate you, John. And he'd be like, okay, sure. 2 secs. Yeah, Josh is available, no problems. Then I'll show him what an actual comedian is, because actual comedians tell jokes. Someone actually said above in the chat, actually, they said, is this guy a comedian? This is how comedians should be. No, mate, I'm just English.
So, hey, John, has Ted messaged you since he dropped?
No.
He said
maybe we lost Ted.
I doubt that.
Yeah, we lost.
I'm gonna give him a few more minutes and see if he'll pop in. But
He's probably busy taking another shit.
Okay, while we're waiting, can we talk about Adam Bates and Sam Coppinger?
Oh,
Yes.
Because that was quite funny. That was quite funny. The two of them together, it's like two clowns trying to lead the parade.
I didn't read a whole lot of that thread, but that's because I didn't want my brain to die.
Oh, Karen's asked me a question. Karen, Arno.
It's Karen.
Karen, yeah. Slovensko. Yeah. I'm half Slovakian, half English.
that's my last name's Slovakian.
Yeah, no.
Small world.
Yeah, we've had this discussion before.
Oh, we have? Okay.
Yeah, I think
I remember that
Hanzak.
Yeah, no. I asked you. I said, "Are you like Czechoslovakian?" And you went, "Yeah."
Mostly Irish, though.
Yeah, that's.
In case you can't tell with the skin.
No, I can tell by the shit haircut.
That was a good one. I'll give you that.
Oh, that was a good one. Nothing before I've said was a good one.
No,
but that one was a good
I
one.
haven't laughed the whole time.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Okay, Leprechaun.
Josh, you have been thoroughly unentertaining.
Oh, jeez. Well, thanks very much, Archie. I
You're
bet you're
very
fun at
welcome.
parties. Yeah. I don't even know who Archie is. Who is Archie?
I'm from in the Libertarian Party.
Archie Flower.
Archie Flower. Okay, I've seen you before. I need to add you on Facebook. So you can see all the shit that I post on my Facebook.
Like you're surrounded by Archies? Are there lots of Archies in England?
I'm surrounded by archers, not Archies. There's lots of archery around here. But the whole longbowman thing, do you know what I mean? Like, go over to France and cut their fingers off and tell them, fuck off, you French prick.
Yeah, I think I saw that in Braveheart.
Well, that was a war between England and Scotland, not actually between England and France. They're two different countries. I'm surprised. What's wrong with your education system over there in America?
I was talking about the longbows, not the war between French and English.
I'm a longbow.
Longbows.
If I gave you a map of the world and I pointed to Australia, would you call it like, I don't know, oh, that's Kenya?
Definitely, yes. 100% spot on, because I confuse those all the time.
You confuse Kenya and Australia?
All the time, yes. Ask John Hudak. He knows.
Yeah.
We've had this conversation a million times. He always has to correct me about Madagascar.
Madagascar. Not Madagascar.
I thought it was car.
It's not a vehicle. It's not a Mercedes-Benz.
No, that's what Ted was in.
I'm going to say something. You got to realize that American English speakers are the dominant, amount of people speaking English now. So English is our language now. It's no longer yours. It belongs to us. So you're right and you're wrong.
Are you fucking for real? Every single year, we release the Oxford Dictionary, and you yank pricks like fucking take the Oxford Dictionary and go, okay, that's how it's spelled. But then also you look at something like colour and you go, man,
let's take the fucking U out of it because it don't make
I spell colour with a U.
You know how they say in America you got an obesity crisis? Well, this just defines how like fucking lazy you bastards are, right? You're like, oh, it's too hard to write a U. I'll just take it out. Well, we'll do. It's too hard to make a curvy S. We'll just call it a Z. Like, what's wrong with you?
That's totally the cause.
Oh my god!
Crisis.
Oh my god, he's back.
Welcome back, Ted.
Reporting now from CNN.
I am back.
How was your second
This
shift?
is that errand I was telling you guys
Ted.
about. Did
Ted,
not
I
have
need to
much
tell you
control over
something.
my time schedule.
Rachel,
Ted,
please don't stab Josh.
I need to tell you
Okay,
something.
so let's.
I don't know
let's
who's
start over.
stabbing who, but that sounds like a great idea.
Him around.
Okay, guys, 1 second.
One at
I
a
want to
time.
hear Ted's critiques of our page.
Right.
I want to give him the floor for a second.
Clock sticking, buddy.
Like, what don't you like about our page? Like our Fakertarians in general.
The only thing I have ever seen from any of you that I actually recognize here is just horrible takes about the military-industrial complex.
Which one? What's one take
And
we've
then
had about the
obviously-
military-industrial complex?
Actually, I did ask Archie about this earlier,
Okay,
and
I'll give you the floor. Give you the floor
yeah, I
for
just
now.
threw out some bait, and it worked. Now I'm here.
But like, what's the? Because I'm as anti-war as anyone. Like, I don't know what the military-industrial complex take you're talking about
Okay,
is.
well, Archie had a very horrible tweet. Or I guess maybe it was a response to a tweet. This was a few months ago now. Saying he would prefer a president or other state leader, I guess. It doesn't really matter who continued mass warfare, including the murder of children, as opposed to one who didn't really want his daughter dating brown people. Not a good look,
You
Archie.
didn't say that at all. What the fuck are you talking about?
What the fuck are you talking about?
I mean,
You're just fucking
let me
lying
go,
now.
Let me go look for this thread.
Yeah, go
look for
go
that.
look for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ratio
Grab your
pretty
shovel.
bad from it, guys.
Go grab your shovel and start digging, buddy, because it's getting
I'm
quite
doing it
big.
right
You need
now.
an excavator.
Get into those notes.
Well, we've called people out for not being sufficiently anti-war on the page. So.
Yeah, that's
There you
just
go.
fundamentally
Hey,
untrue.
Ted, I'm just going to say
Yeah.
this. You look like you might be 20. It's entirely possible I was protesting the Iraq war before you were born. Just to
No,
put this out there.
That is possible. There's a lot of things that are possible, Archie.
Also, if you are 20,
But
you got
I
wrecked
don't
today,
think
but you got your whole life
anyone
ahead of you.
here. I really hope you guys are smart enough to realize that protests don't really do anything.
What?
Okay, protests may not do anything, but I am anti-war.
You just keep
Fidget
changing your
got
tune,
banned?
buddy.
That sucks.
You keep changing your tune, buddy. It's like, oh, you didn't call it out. Oh, you protested, but apparently protests don't do enough. And what do you want? What do you want us to do? Invade the White House?
That would be pretty base.
Well, yeah, actually, that's kind of mine.
I've been
I
published
would
on.
love that. Can we get 1812
Yeah,
Pro
right.
2 guy?
Right, but you know, I mean,
Especially
the way
'cause
that you
you're a rib-on.
respond, you were talking about war. Were you in a war? Because it looks like you're shell shocked.
Okay. So
I was going to say I've been
Ted,
published on. Oh, what were you going to say, Archie?
I'm just going to say that Ted just invited someone from a foreign power to invade the White House. I just want that on the record.
Oh, is that what
Yeah,
he
I've
said?
been posting
yeah.
a lot, Archie.
Ted's going to
Did
get
you really say
impeached.
that?
Ted's going to get impeached. Or maybe John will, because he's
To
colluding
be
with the
honest,
British.
This guy isn't.
For whatever
this
rolls
guy's
apart now, I wouldn't really be surprised.
All right. So I was going to say before that I've been published on antiwar.com, if that makes you happy.
Okay, I don't even know what that is because I don't care.
Oh,
I thought
okay.
you were, I thought you were so anti-war. You don't even know what antiwar.com
Yeah,
is?
that's brilliant, John. Like you're like, whoa, you know, you don't call
I
out
mean, I can guess
war
that it's
enough. And you're
probably
like, well,
an
I'm actually
anti-war
on this
website.
anti-war website, and he's like, oh, I don't care about that. What the fuck do you care about, buddy? Do you care about anything?
Nothing really. I was not really talking about.
Do you care about your mum?
John.
Do you care about your dad?
Josh's tweet.
Do you care about what? Do you have a cat? Do you care about your cat? Do you care
I'm
about
not a
any?
cat person.
You're not a cat
Definitely
person.
prefer
You got a
dogs.
dog. You got a
Dogs are
dog.
much better.
Does your
companions.
mother care about cats? You have,
God,
does
Archie,
your mother
you
have
tweet a
cats?
lot. This, hold on, I'm gonna have to start searching for this.
Yeah, he's just
So
getting
beyond
these
the
news crew.
military-industrial complex, what were your critiques? 'Cause you said we had bad takes on the military-industrial complex, and you were going to go on and I cut you off there.
Yeah, you did. That's right.
We didn't
Correct.
think he was going to be this easy of a target.
So,
Whoever
but I
was
meant-
commenting that this guy's just like off the dinner. I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
So I was
don't know,
saying
I think
beyond
he's getting
that.
a crack pipe.
Beyond that, what are your critiques?
Tick
I'm
tock,
still
tick
looking for
tock.
this tweet. It's giving me some time.
Take your time, buddy.
Yeah.
Archie, you have too many tweets. You got to clean that up. You need me to link you something?
What are you talking about?
I mean,
Clean
I
up
think
what?
the point
StreamYard.
of Twitter is to make tweets. So
Yeah,
So I
right.
don't
What,
think-
what do you think it was designed to do? People tweet. That's the thing.
I'm currently at 7323 tweets, dude, but there's a search function. You don't have to scroll through the whole wall.
Yeah,
you
and
can
I am
actually
using
type
it.
in the words you're looking for.
Basically, buddy, what we're
Well,
trying
the
to
thing
say
is,
is
that
you
it was a
fucking
quote
lied.
tweet. So
You talked
I
bollocks
did not
and you
lie.
got caught out live.
you guys
out of
really
that
don't
video.
remember this ratio? Does it happen that often?
What, sorry, what ratio?
I don't care about ratios.
Oh, ratio.
You know what ratios
right.
really are? They're argumentum ad populum. That's all they are. They're saying that the
Yeah, they are,
masses
you're
have
right.
truth, and that's BS.
I feel like this
Truth
podcast
is
did not
dictated
read
by how
that,
many people
actually.
believe it. Truth is never dictated by how many people believe it. Period. End of
It's one of the
story.
first good takes
Learn
I've
some
heard from you.
basic logic.
Yeah, twat. You heard him. Get logic.
Okay.
Let's give him one full minute to say something. We'll stay quiet and let him talk.
No, Josh, you need to give him 10 because
You
he'll
guys
start
should know
getting
Dead Air's not very good. Whatever say on 29.
What's that?
No, we said you were 21.
You guys should know Dead Air isn't very good. Well, it says number 29 up here in the top left for me.
I'm so confused. What is Dead Air?
It's
Is that a movie?
episode 29, yeah.
But the dead air is coming
really
from your
bad at
mic.
this, aren't you?
Yeah. And like
Bad
you were
what?
talking.
Well,
dead
Dead
air
Air
is
usually
because
comes
you
from
don't have
radio
the
in context
tweet
of
ready.
just silence.
Oh, so it's an
We've
American.
been waiting for
Yeah,
it.
why would I have this ready?
Because you're
you
coming on a
knew
fucking
that
podcast.
we're coming
dude.
on here.
You look like you're about to give a presidential speech with all the equipment you've got.
You're prepared with all this fucking equipment. Like Josh just pointed out. You don't have
You're
fucking
telling me
anything
you
prepared.
weren't prepared for it. What are you doing? You're lugging around like a giant fucking bass system and everything like that, and a massive microphone. Like
The first
you
thing
were
you're talking
prepared
about.
for it because you bought that. Unless you walk around with that, do you go into Walmart with that big massive microphone? Go, can I have a jar of pickles, please?
You know, I might start doing that. That'd be a good
I'm
bit.
sorry.
Make sure you put it on YouTube.
I would
God.
absolutely watch Ted just ask people if he could have a jar of pickles through his microphone. Just it's very man on the street. That would be entertaining. You should do that.
That'll be way better than the dumb shit you do on Twitter.
Yeah, but you might
Yeah, it
actually have to
probably would
talk, though, man. I know that's very difficult for you.
Hey, Ted.
You guys
Ted, I
also
will
need to realize
search
I
Twitter
agree with
for
you. Twitter
you
is a hell site.
if you tell me the keywords.
I'm looking for those keywords, Archie. Like I said, you should know this was a few months ago, and like I said before, it was probably a quote tweet, which makes it a lot harder.
I
should
do not
know.
remember
Oh, yeah. How
all of my
convenient.
tweets. My
How
policy is simply to be honest. So I don't have to remember
Roosevelt.
all
I
of my
know-
tweets.
I know for a fact the Mongoose was on it, but he got banned, so I can't search through him.
The mongoose. Oh, very good. Yeah. What next? Lion? Zebra?
Do you
Zebra.
want me to search or do you want to search?
It's not my fault. You don't need no other
You're not
podcasters.
you're not the emo Hoppian guy, right?
Are you
No,
Joe
I've
Bro?
heard that name quite a bit recently. I would love to
Okay.
know who that is.
Okay.
Hey, Ted, are you a member of the Mises Caucus?
Yep.
Was that
I do
a
not believe in
I
political
think
parties.
he said yes.
Karen Zagorski, Mongoose is an animal.
No
I was
shit, man. I
specifically
don't think we
referring
need
to
that
fighting
explained to
mongooses,
everybody.
which is the name
Yeah, I don't-
given. It's actually
no,
a Futurama
no,
reference. A lot of people
what are
don't
you-
know that.
What are you
It's about
doing, you
biting the
muppet?
bullet.
No.
Great podcast. 3 Marine vets.
Did you actually just say the
anti-government, something
mongoose
like that.
was an animal? No shit. No fucking shit.
How can an animal be on Twitter?
I've got my head in my hands right now because you're embarrassing.
Can you name
Solidarity.
like, all the mammals,
Have you done
please? Like,
anything
on the
notable
list.
at all? No, not really, Liam. This
Gonna
is
mute
not a
myself for
debate,
1
Joey.
second.
Well, no, of
Clearly
course it's
not.
not a debate. It's not a debate because you ain't fucking talking. Could you say that
In the back,
louder,
yeah,
please?
I see it.
I didn't
That's
quite
very
hear
good.
you. Sorry, say that.
Yeah, is that better for you? Is it good for you?
Okay,
It
but there's
doesn't
a
really work for you.
difference. There's a
You
difference,
gotta
John. You're in
crank that
your
gain up.
bedroom.
If you get a real preamp, there's this great knob
Gotcha.
right here.
Well, you can do this.
Yeah, I like that you have all this equipment you don't know
There
how
you
to
go.
fucking
Little
use.
pro tip.
Thanks.
Yeah, actually, there's a question for you, Ted. Why are you lugging that around? Do you work for NBC?
I'm not gonna use my laptop mic. I mean, I said it in the tweet. I'm gonna have
What do
better
you mean
audio.
you're going to
than
use?
my-
What the hell's response is that? You're not going to use your laptop mic? Yeah, so you can use the
Yeah.
microphone in your bloody
How do I
smartphone.
use that when I have a
You
real
think
microphone?
the smartphone doesn't have a microphone? You do realize that
Why would
telephone
I use my
technology has
phone?
been around for about 100 years now, right? So
You do
pick
realize
up
this
the
is
phone
a
and you
lot
talk
funnier,
into
right?
No, you pick up the phone and you talk into the phone, yeah? You don't need a massive microphone
yeah,
and like a
I don't really
beacon
know what that
sitting on the top of some giant
Oh, okay,
van
got it, okay.
to transmit your message.
You already said that, Melissa.
Are you a member of the Mises Caucus? People are asking. Can you answer in the affirmative or the negative? Are you?
I already answered that.
So what was the answer?
No, I'm not in the Mises Caucus.
Are you a
Do
Hoppian?
not believe in political parties.
Good.
Are you a Hoppian?
I don't really give myself that label because I haven't read much Hoppa.
Gotcha.
But I might be and not know it.
Are you one of the helicopter
So.
people though? You like the helicopters?
I'm not doing anything to disguise my voice, buddy. There's this thing called vocal cords that you can use.
Yeah, you should use them.
You should fucking use them.
Can you do the rest of time out for a second? Can you do the rest of the interview in that voice?
Paul, I already clarified the Uber thing was a lie. I'm doing that a lot.
Yes, it's his mother.
Say hi to mummy for me.
She's not in the state right now.
Oh, when she's there later, say hi to mummy for me.
How's the weather out there, Ted?
I guess I will.
Ted.
I'm saying hi from.
Ted, are you talking about like a state as in like Arkansas or Alabama? Or are you talking about a state of mind like stoned or on Xanax?
Oh, we got a laugh out of him.
Actually, got a few. Just not the way you want them.
You just can't tell.
Anyway, Archie, I am specifically referring to the state borders. Also, Treasury is not a bigot, Archie.
Who's not a bigot?
Oh, he's talking about
Treasury Confucius, Treasury Condor. He's got a lot of.
Oh, Trejicon?
Yeah,
the guy that
Trejicon.
tweeted that tweet? He can eat
Not a bigot.
a banana.
I
Sideways.
don't remember what he tweeted, but I do remember laughing. I know it was a
I don't
tranny
remember what he
suicide joke.
tweeted, but I just know that he wasn't a bigot.
Archie, it's quite easy to tweet a banana
Sounds
side.
like a bigot to me when you post a meme to a trans person to basically say, hey, I'm going to lynch you. I mean, that's the implication. That's bigoted. Shut the fuck up with the he's not a bigot language.
Oh, that was not.
Just don't
the
go there.
implication. It was a suicide joke.
It's
Was it 40%,
simplification.
It wasn't
41%?
suicide.
One with-
There was no chair in the picture, and the hands were obviously behind the back in the
Probably
picture.
good, Jonathan.
That's someone getting lynched, bro.
From a fucking
That's someone
tree.
getting lynched.
Are you
Don't
that?
try to make this a joke.
Okay.
It was someone being lynched.
Are you that silly? Because as you can probably imagine from my voice, I'm not actually
Yeah,
from
I'm
your
sure
country.
Treasury Con is running around rallying up those.
No,
trannies.
I wasn't talking about Jujicon. I was talking about accents, you muppet. But anyway, I can
I'm
see.
not saying he's actually going out there with rope. I'm saying he actually threatened someone. There's a difference. That's called nuance.
Right, exactly. So why do you support that kind of stuff? Why do you think
Well, I'm
that's
looking for
acceptable?
Treasury's alt real quick.
Okay, well, whatever.
Yeah, what
I
is
don't
his
care. I'm
alt's
asking
name? Please
Ooh,
tell
yeah,
everyone.
what's his alt?
Why
Yeah.
do I think
Yeah, what
jokes
is
are
it?
acceptable? That is a.
It's
terrible
not a
question.
joke, though, you douchebag. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, it actually was.
No, it wasn't.
Actually,
No,
was
You're a
it's
joke.
though.
not
No,
a joke.
Yeah, I
I'll tell
am.
you what. That
They
was
obviously
Not the first
threatened.
time I've heard that one.
Ted,
good.
if I
Well, I'm glad you've
threaten
heard it
to
before.
come and murder you right now, can I just say it's a joke? Can I get away with that? Can I reach through the screen and fucking strangle you? Is that just a joke?
I
Hi,
If you could
Karen.
reach through the screen and strangle me right now.
You might like it.
Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, I don't
Yeah,
think
what's
Shane.
the safe word? Pepe?
God save the Queen.
He's still processing. Give me some
Okay,
time.
still even
Yeah,
relevant.
you need a new processor, mate. You've run out of memory or something like that. Just take fucking forever. Come on, answer my question. Why do you think it's okay to post a person in a noose being hung, which is a lynch, with a trans flag in the background, and you think
I
this
mean, I
is a
thought it was
joke?
kind of funny, to be honest.
Yeah, you think it's funny because you're a
Oh.
prick. That's why.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. No, well, I'm telling
That's
you,
the whole
you're a
basis
prick.
of me being here, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Isn't that the whole point?
Congratulations on being a world famous prick.
That's a great question, Mobile Joe. What happened to the solidarity, guys? It's Pride Month. Come on.
What do you mean solidarity? I'd never had any solidarity with you. I fucking don't like you. Like,
I had a little bit of solidarity
Right,
with putting
but
the
that's
mask on.
fun, aren't you?
We got the mask. We still got him.
You know, we took our masks off.
What is funny about the joke with
You keep calling it a joke, but it's not a joke.
Because it's
I don't
not
know
funny.
how much I have to explain this to you. I don't know where you went to school, but apparently you went to school in the dumpster. It's not a joke.
Hold on, I'm checking my phone.
How much do you need to explain to you? Do you want me to write it in the Queen's English? Do you want me to write it in the American English? What would you like? In German, maybe?
You know how shitty public
Maybe
schooling is. You're a
John is
libertarian.
going to love this. So, Ted, I am going to
It's your own
track
fucking
you
fault
down,
for evading the
and I'm
taxes
going to
count.
brutally murder you. It's
No,
just a joke.
don't say that.
It's just a joke.
Don't
I'm just
say
joking,
that.
John.
Yeah, like I said before, John, I'm going to just use that for the rest of my life. You know, I go and rob someone's home and they go, oh, what were you doing in there? The police roll up. I was
just a joke.
It's just a joke, man. Just a joke. I'll put the telly back and fix it.
Do I
And-
think
and-
actually lynching people was a joke? No. Do I think sending that honestly?
Well, I'm
shitty
glad you
meme
do
was a
think
joke?
that. That's good. I mean, that should go without saying.
Hey,
Imagine,
Ted,
imagine coming onto a podcast and going, well, actually, do you know what? I think lynching is bad. No shit.
Yeah, I know it's a revolutionary take for a libertarian. You're right.
No shit. No shit,
Lynching
buddy.
people is
Thank
bad,
you for
guys.
telling it. I'd be very concerned if you didn't think it was bad.
Ted, there's a question you haven't answered yet. The world is curious. What is Trigicon's alt?
Okay, what is it?
That's what we were asking you.
Say again.
What is Trigiconfucius's alt
Say
on
again?
Twitter? I
Again.
just said it again.
What is Trigi's?
Alt. What is
Trigi's
his
what?
sock account? Alt. Alternative account. If you wanted to tweet to
I'm looking for it
Trigicon
right
right
now.
now.
Actually, I can't find it. It might not be up yet.
Okay. Yeah, that's
can't-
buried
you
with
can't-
my 7,300 tweets, isn't it?
You are aware you're on video, right? We can see that you're not searching. You are an absolute fucking moron. Do you know that? Seriously, you
You realize I have a
get
phone, right? You
you
see
get
that?
on camera and you're like, oh, I can't find it. Yeah, because you're not looking for fucking anything, are you?
I actually was looking. That's why I was ignoring you.
No, it's not me. You weren't looking for anything. You're a daft fucking muppet. And that's case closed. Yeah, no, I'm glad you agree.
Okay.
This has
Okay.
been fun.
Well, I promised Potter I would go heavily British. Have I succeeded, Potter?
Yes. Oh, yes.
You've
Yeah.
definitely met and exceeded expectations.
Good. I like that. I'm going to be Fakertarians World Cup champion next year as well.
I can
Give
see
me a
that.
second.
This time, Hudak might vote for me.
Oh, he's done.
He said give him a second.
He's going to learn English so he can speak.
He's putting the
He says
seatbelt on.
he's running into local elementary school. He's like, yeah, teacher, can you tell me how to say something?
Oh, Mom's asking again.
Yeah, mum said, no, you've been playing with the boys for too long now. Come inside. Maybe he's grabbing a shovel and he's going to go in his backyard and look for that tweet. Twat. Fucking twat. Right, at the same time,
Something I
thanks for
actually care about
thanks for having me
came
on,
up,
John.
So
Yeah, well, we thank you.
yeah, I
for
really
coming
don't know
on.
why
It's
you
been
did
fun
that, John.
today.
Not the
It
best
was a lot of
idea.
fun. No, I think it was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not fun for you, Ted, but fun for me.
I still have no idea what the fuck is going on. Like,
Yeah, I gotta
have
feel
no
that.
idea what you-
I'll make sure to go dig that up later, and I will tweet it. I'll mention you in it.
Yeah,
Perfect.
good.
I
Please do
look-
that.
I look
I'm
forward-
really curious as to what you think makes
Have a happy
me
Pride Month.
pro MIC, because
Yep.
I'm definitely not. I'm
We
definitely not in
lost
favor
him.
of the military-industrial
yeah.
complex.
He jumped off. He was.
All right, so I think we can wrap the episode up. That was an interesting one, to say the
I want to
least.
know what point Joey thinks we proved.
John, I think I've got about like 50 questions I need to answer before we wrap
We
up
can,
the.
we can talk off air too, but we've been going kind of long on this one.
Oh, yeah.
No, Oh, okay. All right. Well, I meant there's a couple of people who asked me a couple of questions.
Okay,
in
yeah,
the,
go for it.
in the
Yeah, go
chat.
ahead.
So I need to go back because people were sort of copying what I was saying. Hang on. There's a lot of comments about
We can declare
pickle.
the Fakertarians victorious.
Well, there's a lot of comments about pickle jars. So that was actually quite a good jab. That I'm very happy with that. Someone said, "What do I think about Brexit?" Oh God. Okay. Yep. Well, rubbish. It's rubbish. I think it was a really, really bad decision by the country. Let's have a look. Brick guy needs to be on every show. There you go, John. Now you're stuck with me forever now. Karen spelt Slovak wrong. Hilditch based Hilditch. Your better half is Slovak, the failed half is British. Thank you very much, arsehole. There was one more I saw pop up. Hang on. Where is it?
I want to put out there a legal disclaimer that John Hudak is not responsible for anything said on the show that is not John Hudak.
Yeah, I think he made a grave error by inviting me on this show because I was just insulting that guy the entire time.
I think that's exactly what was called for.
Do you know what would be a really good matchup, John? Me and Dave Smith.
I'd love to see that.
I would destroy that guy. I would ruin him. He wouldn't even know what the fuck was coming.
I would pay to watch that, honestly.
A pay-per-view.
Oh, please.
Yeah, no, I'll do it.
Officially, yes. Campaign for Josh versus Dave. Yes, that needs to happen.
Yeah, live on stage as well, so I can look in his eyes and call him a prick.
Jeremy, your cat is
okay.
being
So no Soho for him.
Oh, you mean if he comes to London, he'll be killed. He wouldn't last 10 seconds in London.
There's one more comment. I'm trying to find where the fuck it was. There's so many people commenting on this thing. Can people slow down for 1 sec so I can find it? What's this say? Posting before you reply with "I just get shot." Where are you, Columbine? Did Ted's Uber reach its final destination? No, he was with his mum. And they went to Walmart and they got themselves some pickles. And if he's a good boy as well, he get an ice cream.
Yep, I don't think he's getting that ice cream.
Yeah, no, he embarrassed himself today. Absolutely got wrecked. Hang on. I don't believe in political parties, but I could have a more interesting conversation than these intelligent people than Ted can. I agree with you, Jonathan. He was not very intelligent whatsoever. I think I could probably have a better conversation about economics with a badger than I did with this idiot that came on the show. You're absolutely correct. He's too scrawny to be Miss Piggy. Well, yeah, because Miss Piggy is fat. I'm not sure what the point that you're trying to make there. I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, most people on this call are thinner than Miss Piggy.
Jonathan Boatwright wants to make a point that this was not a TEDx talk. Yeah, this is not a TED sponsored event. I'll put that out there. This is not a TEDx talk.
I could have a better conversation with Sam fucking Coppinger.
Okay, let's wrap this up now.
Let's wrap it up. Yeah.
All right. Because we're already gone 1:43. So thanks to our guest host for coming on, and thanks to Ted for whatever the hell just happened. And we'll see you again in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Later.
Bye.
Buy shirt, get money. No, other way. We get money. You send money, we get shirt.